Okay. Okay, now we pick up where we left off, guys. You guys have successfully beaten this enchanted curtain that tried to bite into you, and it did successfully. You get two of y'all, and y'all managed to kill it. Zoar managed at that after it was dead to fold it up and slide it as gracefully as she could into her backpack for future storage. Y'all have managed to find the shipping labels, and we are trying to decide at this point where y'all want to go to try to figure out what y'all need to do next or where. So where are y'all? Because I think we kind of discussed that y'all might be heading back to Cat's Cradle. Is that where y'all want to go, or?
I think it all depends on what.
I mean,
yeah.
I feel like we have to talk to Hook.
Yeah.
Because we have this mimic. The guy we're supposed to look for is dead.
Or we could just wander the docks aimlessly looking for something that might resemble a golden Labrador.
We also never went to the red spot either. There could be more information there.
So,
we never actually went inside. We just...
Yeah, that's true. We never asked any more questions.
Yeah, because they might know more information about this character. Conroy.
Still thinking it might be a good idea to check in with Hook first, just on account of the fact that we will arouse more attention and or possibly suspicion by going and asking questions there when this might be all he was after.
And everybody knows he's dead now, so anyone we talk to might be... Yeah. Somebody alerted the
questions
guards.
about the dead guy? That's not suspicious at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let me take the Jill scene out. Moving on. Okay, so y'all make y'all's way out and try to make your way back to the Hook to see Hook at the Cat's Cradle.
Hook.
Okay. So y'all make y'all's way back through the town and everything, and the fog has gotten to a point where it's really heavy now. And y'all, the only way to navigate is by knowing your block numbers. And because y'all have been here long enough, you do know where you have to go in order to get back to the Cat's Cradle without walking off the end of any pier or any of the walkways that are running parallel to the canals and stuff where movement takes place. You hear as you're walking along, some of you hear the occasional boat moving up and down the waterways, and one minute you don't see nothing, the next minute you see the glowing lantern that they have on the front of the boat as it parallels to you, and then it moves up or down the stream as you work your way back to the Cat's Cradle. And y'all successfully get back there with no involvement other than running into the occasional other night traveler, and you get back to a very bustling, active Cat's Cradle. And it's probably, let's say it's probably closer to the 10, 11 o'clock now with the time y'all have spent moving around the city and stuff like that. So you're getting closer to the midnight hour.
Okay.
The meow night hour.
Yep, meow.
Meow now.
Okay, so y'all make it back there. Y'all walk in and y'all do not see Hook anywhere in the public area.
Okay.
Probably still in the back.
Can we find the attendant?
Well, the older cat is usually behind the locked door, so you would have to, like you did almost last time, present yourself to the barkeep, and then go through the chains to get to the back. So.
Well, I know how this goes.
Yeah. So.
I'm standing back.
Yeah, I walk up front then. Mm-hmm. We need to talk to Hook, please.
Well, have a seat. Let me get y'all something to drink real fast. And then
No, not this time. We need to talk to Hook immediately. It is a matter of life and death for Hook.
Well,
that's really soon.
That's really soon.
At this moment.
Well, let me go see if he's available back there, and then I will let you know if he's here or not.
Okay.
So
I carefully scan the room for curtains.
Every window has curtains.
Oh no!
I stay in the middle of the room
in every direction.
Oh no!
So she disappears behind the bar through another door and comes back in a few minutes. And as she walks out, the other door opens up as well, and the older cat is standing there with the door open. And the bartender looks at you and says, "Y'all know the way." Head.
Thank you. And I will lay a coin on the bar as like a like, I know I've been rude, but here, thank you.
So she takes it with a smile and enjoy your conversation. And she turns instantly to go back to the more active bar as y'all go through the door, and the older cat is sitting there. Oh, y'all are back already? I didn't expect y'all in the morning time.
Well,
Yeah, about
things
that.
got more complicated. You don't need to worry yourself with it. You could be implicated in a murder. So let's go.
We're not gonna explain that.
And she stops and puts her hands out and in front of you there, Zoar, and says, "You're not dripping blood all over my floor, are you?"
I look down. Are we?
Am I? Oh no.
Well,
Maybe?
you are not dripping blood, but you definitely could tell that since you didn't clean your leg and stuff off before you left, that you have blood on your
Pup
Yeah.
remnants.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what she got whipped of, and she wanted to make sure.
No, it's quite dry. Thank you.
Well, they better not get on my floor, because trying to mop these floor with unable to see the blood spots, that's not fun. And she just smiles and turns and starts walking down the hallway toward the door.
Blind cats, am I right?
No.
Chris has just got this look on his face like he's trying to come up with it.
I've just got so many things. Sorry, I'm trying to come up with the next like 8 plans.
Yeah. So y'all get to the second door. She opens it and lets y'all go in, and then shuts the door behind you. And then you hear this other door shut as well, between the hallways. So you walk into the room, and Hook is sitting there again. He doesn't look like he actually has moved very far. Maybe stood up and moved and sat down in a different chair, but still drinking his tea.
Oh, good. I thought you were gonna say he's dead. I was like, oh god. What do we do?
Everything I touch dies.
Well, y'all will never be hired for another thing if all your employers
know.
are
It's gonna look
subjects.
real bad, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, Hook, buddy, old pal.
He sits up and is like, "Y'all are back already? Were y'all able to find Conroy and find out what he was up to?"
He's dead.
We found.
He's not up to a whole heck of a lot right now.
Yeah. As Cassie
I was gonna break it
begins
to
to
you slowly,
explain,
but
and then
since it's out there, the cat's out of the bag.
he sits there. He's like, looks at Cassie as she starts to talk, and then at Zohar's like, straight to the point. Still, I see.
Yes, surprise.
So, how did he die?
You don't seem surprised. Yeah, like we're talking about it like we're having tea together.
Well, in my business, it is not unusual for people to turn up dead occasionally.
That's true. It is for me. Do I know how he died? I don't think I looked.
Yep, y'all remember he was stabbed in the gut with a knife, and the knife was still there.
The knife was still in there.
Stabbed.
Yeah.
We didn't take the knife.
Daverson.
Well, you
That would
didn't
be
touch it.
stealing, wouldn't it?
Well, we could have examined the knife.
We should discuss the mimic that happened, because I don't know what that was about.
The what now?
We'll get there.
The curtain of death.
Curtain of death. What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
I'll take it out and set it on the table.
I love that you carried it here.
He leans forward, and as he does, he takes his teapot and stuff and slides it off to the side to make sure it doesn't touch the curtain.
Yeah.
Starts looking over the curtain and everything. It's like,
It's just soaked
this.
in his blood, like.
You're saying this thing came to life,
And it became animated, and it bit me, and it
Exactly.
started to look like Bob Rottweiler.
It had a beautiful mural on it, but it would only be activated with blood, which is very strange.
Very, very strange.
What terrible artist would make such a thing?
Well, the only thing I can say is I don't think any cats would have been in their right mind to make this, or dogs. So it had to be a.
Human.
It has to be a relic of the old ones. So.
Can I know more about the old ones? I have spirituality. Does that work?
the old ones are, like you mentioned, there are the humans. You all have a very where the dogs have a reverence about the old ones, where they know they served the old ones, the cats believe that the old ones served them.
Okay.
But that's so fits the profile.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, I love that so much.
So the cats honestly believe that the old ones actually served them, and all of the relics that are found were left behind by the old ones for the cats to find and use. Where the dogs on their end of it actually believe the old ones left them behind so the dogs can find them and use them. But most, what y'all do know, is most dogs typically find them, hoard them, stick them away as holy relics, and don't use them all that much. Where cats, they find something that's a relic, they either do one of two things: either use it, or over the course of studying it, they end up breaking it and absorbing the powers to it and becoming one with the relic.
Because cats are
Wow.
expeditious like that.
Yeah.
Correct. So
Oh, I love all of this.
I just knocked the relic off the table.
Just gonna have to admit,
No, it's very dead now, but it was alive. It tried to eat me. It tried to eat Crow.
Well, fortunately, it looks
Yeah.
like it didn't like what it was chewing on.
Oh.
No, I'm not very tasty.
So, okay, so now we know the dog is dead. You found this. What else were y'all able to find out anything from them?
Oh, we found a ring.
Cheek your tail ring.
who's
Yeah.
got the manifest, the shipping document, the bill of
I,
lading?
I do.
the
I'll
packing
take that
list?
out of the bag.
I don't
And
know
then-
what ring you're talking about.
I'll take the manifest out. I will also take out the bag of gold that we found on Conroy and say, could you please return this to Conroy's family? That was the gold found on him, and we wanted to make sure that we, as a team, wanted to make sure that it got back to their family.
Okay. Well, I will have to see if I can find somebody that would be willing to take this bag of coins and return all the way to Pugmire with it to give it to his family.
I volunteered to take it back. I think I know one of his cousins, 3 pugs and 1 dal removed.
But we'll have to see if we can do that. But I don't think that's a likely choice to have because coins don't travel like that very often.
Then I will take it back. I will take it off the table. I will deliver it myself then.
Very well.
Oh, sure.
If you've never
Deliver it
been
yourself.
if you've
Right.
never been to Pugmire, that should be a trip that you will greatly enjoy at some point.
I don't know. I thought we were going to enjoy this trip. That didn't go so well.
So, okay, you said you found a manifest. Let me take a look at that.
Yeah. And then when I'm going to go over to Kasek and be like, why don't we want to tell him about the ring?
I'm still trying to get the coins.
I see. Okay.
So, as y'all are having your little private discussion off the side, Hook is sitting there looking the manifest over. He's rubbing his chin. He's looking at it and everything. He's like, I'm going to have to. This here is definitely for a warehouse here. I can't actually, by looking at it, I can't really pinpoint where it's at right this second. But,
All right, I pull out the secret decoder ring out of my pocket.
Thank you.
And I say,
You're
can this
helpful.
help?
He looks at it and everything's like, he looks at it, kind of turns it over, looks on the underside and everything's like, no, this here looks just like a signet ring that a noble would be wearing.
Great. I quickly snatch it back.
And because you snatch it, he's not even prepared for it since he was examining, and you get it back out of his hand easily. And he's startled at what your quickness and your desire to have it back so quickly. He's at this point here, what we need to try to do is figure out what the Labradors who live in Houndton are doing here, and why their ring is here and not attached to one of their fingers. So, and what I can do is I'll have to look this manifest over and try to actually track down what warehouse this is at. So what we could end up doing is y'all can kind of see if you can find anything about if the Labradors are here in town, or the only other way to find out about Labradors is, and that's to take a very long trip over to Houndton, which is probably about a 3-week travel, which I figure you wouldn't want to do that by land. So basically, let me have the rest of the night to kind of look this manifest over and see if I can find out where this warehouse is here that would contain the information on this that y'all found.
Should we stay here to protect you?
Y'all are welcome to stay if you want to, but as of right now, there is no connections between you and I. So if y'all have brought unwarranted attention to yourself, they don't know I'm back here. I've been here since yesterday and haven't encountered anybody else. Y'all are the only ones that have been back here into this room.
I'm sure that's what Conroy said when they ended up dead in an alley.
Well,
I feel like whoever had this manifest is now no longer with us, so I feel like we should protect you.
well, y'all are welcome to stay here with me, as I am going to have to leave shortly, so I can at least ask a contact or two.
Okay.
And unfortunately, you will not be able to travel with me because I need to
Understandable.
keep y'all different from me, and this way the contact doesn't know y'all.
Okay.
But I do need to pull some information. So since y'all seem to need some wound tending from looking over at Crow
that's
and
true.
Zoar, y'all need to have your wounds tended to for the night. So y'all can take care of those, and then we should. Y'all can take care of those, and then return here tomorrow, and we can discuss how to go from there. Okay. So y'all
Yeah,
can.
that seems fine and agreeable.
So, well, I would recommend use your coins there that y'all managed to get off of the dead dog, and
Nope, not going to happen.
well,
Not going to happen at all. Those don't belong to us.
okay.
I will pay for the rooms if need be.
Y'all can return to y'all's other little rooms that y'all have here within the city, unless y'all would rather stay close together just in case.
I'm going to pretend to go to a room, but is there a way I can kitty cat stalk them?
Try to stalk Hook.
Yeah.
We can try that.
Because I feel like if they go to their contacts, they're going to be goners.
So
if I can hide behind some furniture and then slowly stalk up, and then hide behind some furniture and then slowly stalk up.
okay, well we'll cross that bridge in shortly.
Cool.
So sorry. So y'all are Hook encourages y'all to find a place to either return back to y'all's normal places where y'all stay individually, or find a place together, or y'all can just hang out in the tavern until tomorrow morning, because there are places where some cats tend to just sleep all night long, depending on the amount of partying and drinking they do.
I think I would probably stay at the tavern.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Just sleep on the floor.
Okay. Well,
Way past due for a nap.
So, and like I had mentioned earlier, the way the floors and stuff, they have pillows and stuff all over the place, so that it costs you just a few minor coins or copper plastics to have one of them for you for all night long. So it doesn't break your pouches at all. And then as you're out there, the bartender offers y'all some food and basically says that Hook says it's on him. So, or doesn't use the name Hook, but says this has been paid for and you're welcome to have a meal and a drink on the house. It has been taken care of for you. So
I like free drinks.
So, well, I've been told to treat you well, but you're not allowed to empty the pouch completely. So you will definitely have several drinks tonight that have been taken care of. And then after probably y'all are sitting out there getting yourselves comfortable, after about 30 minutes, then you kind of notice a cloaked figure appear from a door that y'all didn't really see it before. It was more toward the other end of the bar. You're not sure where it comes from, but a cloaked figure comes out. So give me a notice check, which is a wisdom.
Is it everybody?
Yeah.
No.
He's back to his ones.
No.
I'm not gonna. I have to seriously take a picture of this because this is
Oh, no.
this is uncanny.
17.
13.
17, 13. What about
18?
18?
I got a 1.
Okay.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
I got a rock.
So you are enjoying your drinks quite liberally, and you're just not paying much attention to anything around you at the moment.
You need to take that dice to some sort of witch doctor or something. You need to it needs to go through several cleansings.
Bad die. Bad
Yeah.
die.
Soap isn't going to be enough.
No.
Yeah.
You have to pray over that.
Okay. So for all y'all that got 15 or above, as you're sitting there kind of talking among yourselves and notice the cloak figure come out, you do catch enough evidence that it could potentially be Hook himself leaving through a different door. And how he got there, you don't know how he got to that part of the room, of the building.
What sorcery is this?
So I know we have at least one that might be interested in trying to follow Hook. Is anybody else going to try to accompany Cassie as
I
she?
think with my rolling, I'm safe right here in the bar. Just me and my precious.
My precious. Precious.
I don't like to drink and prowl.
I trust Hook implicitly, so
Okay. So after a few seconds of the cloak figure crossing the room, y'all notice that Cassie steps up and she slowly meanders her way across the room to the doorway.
bye.
So okay. So you step outside. Okay. So after you feel like you've given Hook adequate time to get out,
Yep.
and so that you're not right on his tail.
Okay.
So you open up the door, step out of the tavern. So you it's not hard to see because some of the lamplight that is on allows you to see that he did head back down toward the nearby canal, because you can see a figure in that direction, and the way you remember the cloak and everything, it's easy to determine that is him heading in that direction.
Okay.
So if you are going to try to follow him as quietly and as sneaky as possible, I need a dexterity sneak roll from you.
Oh no. Just
I'll roll for you.
yeah. Well, we have points. You have points. I might be able to get by. Oh no. So it's a 4.
A 4. Okay. Well, you've managed, as you're walking, to find every mud puddle, stepped on every piece of every type of loose rock, and you just kind of clatter as you're moving down this hill.
Oh god.
So
Should I use a point, guys, to see if I can follow him?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The bowl is ample.
Yeah.
Bowl is ample. Okay. It's 16.
okay, rewind the story.
Oof.
You managed to work your way down, following the figure in the fog and so forth, and you get down to the end of the street successfully quiet. You do not believe that he would know you're following him, and you get to the end, and you saw that the figure seemed to have turned right when you got down there.
Okay.
But when you get there and you kind of peek around, the fog is dense enough that it's hard to tell if he's still ahead of you because there's not a whole lot of light
Okay.
along there. So it's, that's the direction he turned,
Okay.
but you don't really see him at this point. So you would have to continue to see if you can get close enough. And right now, the way the fog carries the sound of footsteps, you can hear footsteps, but you're not sure from what direction they are really coming from. You don't know if they're coming from behind you, front of you, beside you, or what.
Okay.
Because the way the fog just manipulates the sound waves.
Cool.
So, what do you plan? Do you plan to continue down that path?
Yes.
Do it.
I feel like I have to continue onwards. But
Okay.
is there things to hide along the way?
Because of the type of town it is, there are various crates and
Okay.
stuff like that along the way. It's not like a flat wall. There are
Crates are good.
there are, with the way the buildings are, there are little outings, so you can move from shadow to shadow, doorway to doorway, and stuff like that. So there are places where you can. So give me another sneak roll.
I'm immediately going to prowl mode. I'm just saying. Oh my god. 16.
16. Okay. As you continue to move along, you continue to hear the footsteps ahead of you, and you occasionally, the way the lanterns are, you do still manage to see the figure moving along, and you
Okay.
are successfully falling behind them.
Okay.
And then you see in a lamplight that the figure turns to the right and heads up another road.
Okay.
So turning away from the canal itself.
Okay.
So as you get to the corner, you peek around it, and it is completely dark. There is no lamplight or anything, so you do not know how far, if the figure has continued or what, but you have not heard any type of door or anything along that line.
Well, that's never good. I don't have anything on me to make light. Not that would be good anyway.
Because of the way the game works, you're
Oh god.
carrying your general back. You have your general backpack, which guarantees you at least have a torch if you want to light a torch up.
But then they'll know I'm there.
That's a possibility, yeah.
And I can still hear them, or I can't hear them anymore.
Give me a notice roll at disadvantage.
Oh god.
A wisdom notice.
Oh, it's so bad. Oh,
Go.
it's a 2.
Okay.
I'm not
Re-roll it.
noticing
Take another point out
anything.
of the bowl. Just do it. You're separated. You everything's hanging
Oh,
on
no.
you now.
Yeah.
You want me to
Take
take
as
another
many
one?
points as you need.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
Empty the bowl if you need.
Yeah, because you have successfully split the party.
Oh
Because
no.
yeah, and I'm pretty sure like rule number 3 is don't split the party.
Yeah, I was always under rule number 1, never split the party.
Yeah, right.
Okay, I'll use the point. But it's still a disadvantage, right?
Yes, it would be at disadvantage.
All right. Well, my first one was a nat 20, which is really sad. But my
I'm going
second
to
one's a 19, so that's okay.
19. Okay. Well, you can hear footsteps, but they have faded to a point where you're at the very edge of where the distance between the two of you.
Okay.
So you would have to speed up your path to try to catch up with them, or
Okay.
you do know that you will end up losing them at your slow pace you're moving in order to maintain your stealth.
Okay.
You got this.
So I have survive as a skill.
Okay.
Can I use that maybe to stealthily move faster to get to them?
Let me see. Survive is more of a trying to survive out in the wilderness and stuff.
Survive is more like don't die.
Yeah.
So I'd
So,
like to not die now.
I have a don't die
That's-
skill.
no,
Okay.
your best bet is you will have to
Feel the
increase your movement, and you would be moving at stealth disadvantage because you are trying to move faster. And because you are now moving down a darker alleyway, and your view is only about 10 feet in front of you.
I feel like we've made it this far. I guess I
Yep.
should keep going.
Yeah, no, you've made it this far.
We be
Just so we
chilling.
hear-
I don't realize that nobody else is with me.
Drinking
clearly.
and napping.
Napping.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Grooming,
realize. Yeah, you realize
chewing
nobody
my
is with you.
nails.
Oh god. All right.
Cleaning weapons, armor.
I'm gonna go one more time.
Licking.
Okay, before you roll that roll, give me a notice roll, a wisdom notice.
15.
Okay. The footsteps that you heard in front of you have outpaced you, but you hear footsteps behind you now.
Oh no.
Awesome.
Is it time to survive yet? Is there well, I can't see anything, right? I don't know if there's anywhere to like hide.
Well, where you're standing and everything, you can try to squeeze yourself in between a couple of boxes.
Yes.
I mean, the boxes
sits
are about
by
4 feet
fits.
apart,
Okay.
so it's
I wanna-
not great
I wanna-
hiding, but it's better than nothing.
I want to sit in the box.
Okay.
Right? Because that's if it fits, it sits is a like logic, right? That in this world.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
no,
yep.
it's a nat 1.
Well, no, okay. Well, this. Oh.
I'm too
Use
big
point.
for the box. It was more like.
Okay. So you squeeze yourself into the box, in between the boxes and everything, and you can hear the footsteps getting louder as they approach you.
Oh no.
And
Let it be Kroll. Kroll, is it you? Oh god.
We're down to like 275 pushing point. It's still huge.
yeah,
I picture myself trying to get into a shoebox and it's just not going well at
Yeah.
all.
no, it's not. Okay. And basically, you find a cloaked figure
Oh,
that kind of is walking up the path there, and
I try my best to look like a stray. Just make myself roll around in the dirt, make myself look mangy.
Don't notice me.
Pull
Don't
out some
notice me.
hair. What do I need to do? Is
yeah,
that part of survival?
he comes to a stop within a few feet of where you were, since you rolled a 1 on your hide stealth, and you did not manage to hide yourself as successfully as you thought.
Oh.
And the cloaked figure, because it's a smaller cloaked figure, it's not as big as what you saw with Hook, but stops and looks over in your direction.
Okay.
So what do you do at this point when you obviously have been made?
Hey, buddy. What's up?
How you doing?
How about that? Our crows have passed in this very dark alley. You like to hang out at the shoebox too? Is it?
In a small,
Oh, no.
yappy-like voice, you can definitely tell when the individual starts talking, it is not a cat.
Oh.
It definitely is a dog.
Oh.
So, and in a whispered tone, it tells you that you need to be very careful of what you're stepping into, because if you continue to follow the path that you're going, you could potentially be on the very bad side of a very bad organization.
So I immediately give like that Puss in Boots look, like, like I didn't realize I did something bad. Like, oh my god. So I will go back then. I feel...
As you step up and step out, the dog steps back and gives you room. Does not seem to be aggressive towards you at any point, but steps back. And basically, just remember, the path that you're on is going to possibly get you in some big trouble.
And I look back like, and then with my head in shame, I go away.
Okay.
Back to
And
my
then
people.
as you go and you look back over your shoulder just to see if he's still there, and it's like the figure's gone. So you managed to get yourself back to the cat's cradle? Is that where you go, or do you try to... Okay.
I'll lick my wounds in sadness.
Okay. After about maybe 30 minutes, y'all notice that Castell has returned to the tavern.
How
Where
was
have you
your
been?
trip?
And why are you covered with filth?
I found a shoebox in a dark alley.
And what are you doing with a box on your foot?
There was this box, and there was this cloak figure, and there was a box.
I was trying to fit, but I couldn't.
Are you okay?
No, I'm sad.
Have you been injured?
No, I'm okay.
Did you find Hook?
I tried to follow them, but they were too quick and it was too dark and I'm unfamiliar with the surroundings, so I wasn't able to catch up with them. And then I ran into this yappy dog who wouldn't let me be with my box. And then I tried to like conceal myself as a stray, which I felt like I did really well, by the way. I was spot on, and yet they still noticed me, and then they told me the ways of this alley, and I felt like I should return.
This is not the alley you were looking for.
No, it was not.
you like to
It's the
look at my
complete
shiny
opposite.
ring?
I would love to see the ring. Yes, thank you. Do you have keys?
Keys. As y'all continue to carry your conversation on, about 20, 30 minutes later, Hook returns. And he's dressed back in his outfit and still and everything. He walks in, doesn't seem to acknowledge you or anything, and walks back to the door that he came out of originally and disappears. And then after about another 10 minutes, the bartender walks over with a set of drinks in her hand and sets down 4 drinks and says, "Your presence has been requested once more."
Okay.
So y'all head over to the door on the side and y'all get through it. This time the bartender opens up the door and says the other door will be unlocked and shuts the door behind you. The older cat is not there.
I feel like
And, yeah.
after 3 hours of a taxing bath experience to clean the alley filth off of myself, since I don't like water, I'm going to soak my sorrows with tea.
Yep. Okay. So y'all get back there where Hook is at. And Hook is sitting down. He has his cloak on that y'all saw him enter and leave with. But the only thing is he has it pulled off of his head. It's like, I found what we were looking for. The warehouse for the manifest that y'all found is for a family here in town that is known as the hold on one second, let me find my notes again. Here we go. Sorry about this, guys.
You could.
We're not going anywhere.
It's called, I'm going to pronounce it Oicat, but it's Ocicat.
Okay.
Is a family that exists within the shadow block of the Monarchies. And they have a warehouse here on the edge of the area. So but that is where some of the shipment and everything is supposed to be going. And the manifest is unclear about what the shipment is, but I do know it's about 6 boxes of something.
So let's go there then. Let's just go directly there and go talk with them. Certainly they'll just give us the answers we need, correct?
Well, you potentially can do that if you want to.
Hook, you don't think that's a good idea?
What would you suggest, buddy old pal?
Well, we do have to figure out how Conroy is attached to this because y'all found it in his possession, so he knows that the shipment was coming.
Right.
And either was going to pick it up or deliver it there. I'm not sure.
Not a shipment of curtains.
So we need to find out
It's gonna get real. Okay.
we need to find out if it was delivered, because if it was delivered by someone else, and if it wasn't delivered, then someone else took it, and whoever did that is probably who killed Conroy.
That is very possible. So I need y'all to go to this warehouse and figure out what's going on.
Okay.
And whether the crates are still there, and if so, what's in the crates, and how, in what relationship does this have with Conroy, the Golden Labradors, and this town? How is this all linked together somehow?
Okay.
So go find this out for me and then come back alive and let me know.
We're going to need to be smarter and faster.
Onward.
Onward. Let's go.
Okay. So we are now dealing with, so it was about midnight. So you're dealing about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning now.
This is when cats are most active anyway.
Exactly,
so,
right.
Yeah, we're right
Prime
on point.
time.
Yeah.
Okay. You are moving along through the streets and everything, and the fog itself seems to be dense more than it is usually as you are moving through town. And as you move toward the warehouse district in which Hook points you out, you're moving through the streets and you begin to see signs of other movement ahead of y'all and everything. And they are kind of cloaked. You see real tall, shadowy figures, and you see short shadow figures and stuff of that line. So, what do y'all want to do? Charge in?
I see no reason not to walk directly up to them. I'm gonna put my hand on my hammer, like ready it, but not in an aggressive way. Just so they know. Don't mess with me.
Maybe not shout. Hook sent us.
Right.
Yeah, maybe not. No.
Yeah, right.
Casey,
Not
you should
that
wear the ring.
is- Ooh,
Don't
Not
talk about
crazy
Hook.
now.
Got it.
No one talks about Ring Club. Rule number 1.
no, that's interesting. I was going to say maybe somebody would masquerade as but that was a dog.
Yes. Hmm.
Okay.
I will do it.
Well, if we get you a cloak,
Do you pass for a dog?
Okay.
No.
I feel like they would sniff us out.
I think that they can tell the difference by smell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, just like y'all have y'all sniffer, they have theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can sniff them. They can
New.
sniff us. It's a rule in
Yeah.
the world.
Yeah. So, and as y'all get closer and everything, and you do see that it is a combination of what would be considered highborn dogs and average dogs with high cats, low average cats, and so forth. And they seem to be meandering, and y'all get to a point. But before y'all get too much closer to them, give me a notice roll. A wisdom notice, please.
All of us?
Yes, because y'all all slowly working your way toward.
That's better.
7.
8.
Okay.
I have a 13.
Okay. So,
I'd just like to point out that it's not a 1.
very nice. There was there
Well
was a
done.
1 attached to it,
Well
so
done.
you are still on your 1 rolls. So okay, we had a 7, 8, 13. What'd you have, CA?
6.
6. Okay.
Thank God for JT.
Yeah. So as Catholic is moving along, he noticed a figure standing off to the side that's cloaked, that's not a part of the main group that seems to be forming up. And you notice that he's trying to get y'all's attention. You're the only one that happened to notice it. Because he's kind of sitting there, kind of lifting one hand, just kind of like trying to do that wave at like the mid-level of your chest without doing the big hi. Yeah, just trying to do the whole over here type wave. So, do you notice that individual?
You know, I'm going to just kind of tug on Zoran's cloak or like sleeve, kind of like do like the, hey, and I'm going to try to suspiciously, but kind of like in secret, kind of point to that guy. Like, maybe you should go talk to that guy.
I immediately start walking towards that person.
Okay. Yeah.
I kind of follow the rear, but I'm not going to get anywhere really kind of close or engagey because, I'd like to be brave, but I'm not.
Okay. So the other two that are kind of in the group, you see that Zotar and Cash just turn and start heading in an opposite direction from the group that y'all are originally heading. Do y'all continue along that path, or do y'all follow with them, or?
I follow.
Okay.
We don't split the party, we've learned.
Nope.
I've learned. Me.
Yep.
I've learned.
Okay.
I'm
Your
sticking
small
with the
box of shame.
Yeah. I wear the box still. I'm walking along.
Y'all get over to the figure, and in that same little voice that you heard in the alleyway, Cassie, he's like, I told y'all, this is not where y'all really want to be, but if you're going to be here, be careful.
Thank you, mysterious dog friend. I appreciate
Why
that.
why don't we want to be here?
Yeah. This group of people I have been watching for a long time are very, very dangerous. They are part of a group that was ran out of the monarchies a long time ago.
For why?
They believe that the old ones abused us, created pain, and they just experimented on dogs and cats left and right. So they do not believe the old ones should be worshipped or idolized the way Pugmire does, or way we think, or the way the cats think that the old ones served us. They speak of a different religion altogether.
So the crime was not having the same religious zealotry that we had? I see no issue here.
Yeah.
Difference of opinion breeds strength. This makes no sense to me.
Well, they were ridiculing pretty much that whole belief system, devout system ran out of the monarchies many, many, many years ago. And Pugmire ran them out from there too. So
I will look at the party and just sort of be like, none of us really think alike, but we've been able to get this far.
Yeah.
Sure.
And
The point is that it breeds strength.
well,
so you're saying we shouldn't kill them?
Maybe we should. I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't think that we should just kill them based on their own belief system.
So.
I don't agree with you, but I haven't murdered you yet.
Thank you.
So basically, y'all need to be careful. If you're going to go into the warehouse, just be very careful. And the dog turns and quickly starts running away or moving away at a very fast pace.
Like a dash hound.
Yes.
Nice. I get it now.
Mm-hmm.
Well
On
done.
one hand, it sounds like the warehouse is dangerous. On the other hand, it sounds like that's where my destiny is.
What does the ring think?
What does the ring
Yes.
think?
It looks
Too
great
much
as
meat.
a tail ring. So, but no, the ring doesn't think anything.
The
so.
ring has spoken.
So what do y'all want to try to do? Because
The ring remains inanimate.
Yep. So as y'all were sitting there talking to the to the dog, the group inside in the front actually has started moving into the warehouse. So they have filed inside the warehouse.
I think we should just follow. I think we should talk with them directly.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
And see what's going on and make sure that they're okay and make sure they had nothing to do with the death of Conroy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to follow along, but hang back just a bit.
I think we should sneak in and spy on them.
Spot.
You do that.
Okay. And I kind of go and I kind of like try to follow the walls and the alleys and like get towards the door. And then I do kind of like my fake check for traps things, but I'm not really looking for traps. I'm just making it look like I'm checking for traps.
Okay.
And I'm going to see if I take a deep breath because I'm trying to appear like I'm brave and stuff like that, but I'm really not. My hands are shaking. And I'm going to see if the door is locked or unlocked first.
The main door that all the other ones went through, or just a side?
A side door, if there's a
Okay.
side door somewhere.
Okay, the door is locked.
I will attempt to pick the lock.
Okay. Give me a
Ooh.
what's that? Give me a dexterity roll.
You're going to have to change your dice before you do this, though.
No. I got a dirty 20 out of that. So I'm going to take it. I got an 18 plus 2 for the dexterity. Gives me a dirty 20. I'm accepting that.
You sit there and with great ease in your shaky hands, the lock comes undone. You get in.
Okay, I kind of like do one of these on my brow, and then my back leg comes up and scratches behind my ear, and then I went over to my companions and say, like one of these hand things, like my paws waving them over there.
Okay. So do y'all go to Cassock, or do y'all try to go in through the front door still?
I feel like I'll follow along with the others because I don't
You know,
want
I went through all this effort to open up the door. The least you guys could do is come in.
I don't know. I'm seeing what happens to you first.
I'm not
No.
going in that door. I'm following the other people.
Okay. So Zoar goes in through the front door. Why does the other two go with Zoar, or do they go with Kasich through the side door?
I'm not going with Kasich.
I'll go with Kasich, but I'm hanging
I'll
back.
go with
I'm
the one
hanging
who
back.
stands.
This is a hanging back.
Okay. Well, as y'all two walk through the side door, y'all just go through it, and y'all come into the side of the warehouse, and which is the darker side, and there's a bunch of crates and stuff. And from where y'all are standing, you can see that it's like one large open warehouse, and the lights of all the torches are almost at the other end, which would be about right where the main door was.
Okay.
So y'all have several crates that y'all can move along the line, and basically, y'all, as you move through the crates and everything, y'all are able to get close enough to where the torches are, but you're far enough away that you are nowhere near the light sources of them.
Is it possible to climb on the crates, kind of cat burglar ourselves up?
Yes, it is. You can get up higher if you want to, so you're up a little bit higher to be able to look down into the group that has assembled.
That's what I would like to do just before Zorhan kind of walks in, and that way kind of act as, Overwatch for him.
Okay. Well, that's easily to do. There's no roll required. You get up on top. All the crates are sturdy. So now we'll come around to the front door group. You two walk in. And you seem to be mixed with the cat and the dogs and everything. And as you are following the group in, nobody seems to really question you being there.
We accidentally got in stealthily too.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, I'm with it.
As you are walking in, everything, because the clothes you're wearing kind of blends in with the level of different dogs and cats that are here. So you're not out of sorts or obviously trying to hide yourself. So you seem to be blending in. You're just kind of late arrivals. So, and as you're walking up, you see that the group has formed up almost like a semicircle, and the pillars that are holding up the center of the warehouse, you can see several boxes laid out there, and then a dog that's actually been tied up to one of the poles.
Oh.
So then y'all are sitting there, as you're sitting there watching all this, you slowly see somebody come in from behind you. And the two that are in the boxes looking down notice the front door open up again, and a figure walks in, and then and from behind y'all see a very tall golden dog that obviously is a giant, a larger golden Labrador. And you can tell it's a female, and she walks in and everything. She walks in, and the crowd kind of starts fading apart for her. And she begins talking to the group in general, and walks straight up to the dog and says, "Thank goodness I have discovered you before you could ruin my plans," and completely throw the consistory into disarray. And they would not have appreciated such faux pas now, would they? Because we don't want our friends in the shadow block to have been discovered for their role in our group. And you are a foolish enough dog to believe that man loved us and didn't experiment on us and destroy us. They hated us. They hated the cats too, and they were all of nothing but abusers. It was us and the cats that actually overthrew them and drove the old ones away. We are striking at the very heart of the monarchies to break down this false belief that the old ones worshipped us. Conroy was just the start of this, and you will take the fall for us. This is just the start of the plan to bring down Pugmire and the monarchies, and they will fall before us soon. I swear by my name, Sandy Golden Labrador, the consistory will rule all.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, I walk up and hit her with my hammer. Everyone's sort of paying attention, and
I have
as
my
everyone's
initiative
paying,
done.
as everyone is paying attention to what she's doing. As soon as she admits that Conroy was the first start of it, I walk up and like as she ends her little speech, I club her with the hammer.
Yep.
Oh,
And say, "You are under arrest for the murder of Conroy."
I turn to Castile and I say, "This is going to be ugly."
Also, I feel like I should point out, because I'm doing this so bold-faced, I want to try and roll an intimidation check against the rest of the people here.
Okay.
Because, I don't think they would have saw this coming.
Yeah, no, nobody saw this coming. So
Nobody saw this at all.
So as soon as you walk up and Sandy is finishing her spill and she's turning away from Tyler, and the party, you walked up and you pull your mace at the last minute and you smack down at her. So give me a attack roll at advantage.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Because
can I use one of the points?
Yep. What'd you roll?
I mean, the
point.
best... a 15 is what my highest was on that, but I feel like I'm going to need that point for
Go
this.
for all the points. Just use
do
them
you
all.
want
Yeah.
before I say yes or no, you tell me if you're using a point.
Yeah, I'm going to burn a point.
Okay.
Or I'm gonna get one more. So if I burn a point while I have advantage, do I roll both dice again or just one more?
Yes. Roll both
yeah.
dice.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Nat 20, get it.
I'm hoping so bad. Not a nat 20, but a 19.
Okay. Okay. You do manage to hit her. And because she turns around and the mace comes out surprisingly and you hit her right in the middle of the chest. Bam! So roll me some damage.
Okay, so cool. Awesome. Fantastic. 1d... only 4.
Okay. As soon as you hit her, there is a general scream among all of the people that were here, and they just scatter.
Yeah.
They are scattering, except for a few that you notice, and they kind of step forward. And all of you, since y'all are familiar with the Osik family, you realize that it's that the few that step forward are them of that same shadow block. And the rest of the dogs and cat just make headway for the door. They just head out, no problem asked. So what you are now facing is Sandy, 2 of these creatures, or 2 of the cats. So I need initiative rolls from everybody.
Fantastic. Yes. 19.
13.
Okay, let's start with CA.
13.
13. Crow.
12.
12. Zoar.
19.
19. Kasich.
9.
9. Okay. My 2 rolls are a 2 and a 4. Okay. So we start off with Zoar. Because of your situation, you smacked her with a mace. She stumbles back, and now you have a chance to strike again before she can retaliate.
So with that strike, did it look like it knocked her really hard, or did it look like she sort of just took it, like it was no big deal?
You can tell that it hurt her, but she still has pretty much a bunch of girth because it is a dog, and you just hit a dog.
Okay,
So
yeah. Then I'm going to go again then and
Okay.
just smack.
Okay.
That is 22.
That is a hit.
Damage. 5.
5.
Bludgeoning.
Okay. So now we are at Cass. The party cleared out. You see Zoar standing up there in front of this Labrador, smacking on her with a mace, and the crowd split, and you got the Labrador and the other 2 that are standing right there.
Well, I got to go in with my mace because I
Okay.
don't know what's going on, but clearly the one who stands is upset. What? Do what?
We're hidden right now. We should see how he does first.
Well, she's not hidden.
I'm
She's
not
standing
hidden.
right.
I went with
she-
them.
Nah, she came with me.
So
Doing a
okay.
mace to the face.
Okay.
So it's a 17.
That is a hit.
Okay. I don't know what's going on or why we're doing this, but then And let's see, +1,
Amazing.
so it's 5.
5 points. Okay. Okay, so that's there. Crow, do you want to do anything?
Yep.
Okay.
From my current position, what is my line of sight to the nasty dog?
Nasty dog, you're within probably about 30 feet of her, and a clear line of sight from y'all's angle because the other dog
It's
is out.
because on account of the fact that I've got a crossbow,
You are well.
I'm going to go ahead and make a ranged attack.
Okay. Yeah. No, you're well because, like I said, you were only about 30 feet from her.
That's just perfect. All right, here we go. And I've got a nice bonus on that. I don't know why I was using that earlier.
You haven't been in a position yet.
16.
16. That is a hit.
Woohoo! +2. 10 damage.
Okay.
Whoa!
Ooh.
Whoa!
Next
I
roll.
think that's the most in this game, isn't it? Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
So it's 1d8 plus
Epic.
2.
Okay. Well, she
I
takes
rolled
the arrow to the side, and between those, she is kind of staggering about her. So, Kasich, what's your?
I'm not seeing right now. I'm seriously going to just see how this plays out, and I'm going to hold my action. So if
Okay.
somebody looks like they need help, I'll attempt to shoot an arrow at whatever enemy is accosting them.
Okay.
Rolling a 1.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
Tactics.
hold my action with an arrow ready to go.
Okay. As soon as you zoom in with your arrow, you see Sandy. She backs up from her shots and everything, but the other 2 cats that were standing there begin to chant. Why? So does Sandy. She says something,
They're chanting,
then
Ray. They're chanting.
as she begins to talk. Do you want to take that as your action? Because you obviously know what a spell looks like as it's coming.
Ooh.
Yeah, spells are bad.
Ooh.
So we'll
So
see how Zoran
About to
does.
get-
okay.
No, I will actually, if they're going to start casting a spell, I will probably try to take out Sandy,
Okay. So fire at Sandy.
the big one. Yeah, I'll make an attack roll with my bow because we don't like spells. Spells are bad. Unless it's fireball and I have it. Can I have that?
Yeah.
Can I cast fireball?
Not
There's
yet.
fireball on the bowl
Not yet.
yet?
I'm going to trade in my 435 fortune points.
A 1.
No, I got a 20.
Okay.
I seriously got a 20.
Hooray!
Well, roll me damage and double it.
Came through in the end.
How do you do your critical hits? Is that
I just usually say roll your dice and automatically double it.
Mhm.
okay? I rolled a 6, so
Okay.
that's max damage.
So it's 12.
Plus 2 is 8, and if you double it, that would be 16
16.
points of damage.
Nice.
Okay. She takes it and she stumbles back and hits a complete pillar away from where she was standing, and you can tell she is not in great health at this point. And it interrupts her spell casting, but the other 2 cats continue their casting, and when they finish, the boxes that were sitting next to Taylor just blow open.
Ooh.
And,
Oh no.
and then what you see is cats start just kind of like do the whole Dracula sit up type situation.
Oh,
no.
They just sit up out of their crates. So, at this point here, you see out of each box 4 very large cats
Oh,
sit up.
no. Are these
And-
Sphinx kitties?
So no, they look undead.
Oh, God.
But they also look like they have the same markings of the cat that cast the spell.
Run away.
Right?
So
I am disappointed in my decision right now.
I'm disappointed in your decision too.
so the zombie cats begin to step up out of the box, and you can see the cats just point toward the 2 that they can see and say, "Kill them."
Well, that
Quick
escalated.
question. You said that the zombie cats have sort of like an insignia of the magic of the 2 that cast them, right?
their fur colors are the same. Where the cats you're looking at have a black fur with white spots and stuff on them.
Okay.
These here are black fur with white spots. They match them almost as if they were of the same family.
Okay, but they are not the same color palette. Oh, wait, that's a dog we're fighting. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah. The golden Labrador was a dog.
Yeah.
So what do y'all do?
Well, I
Whose
guess
turn is it?
Slit. Yeah.
It is back to the top of the round because the zombies are just now getting up out of their boxes.
Okay. I think that makes it me. I'm going to as our big dog here is sort of doing like stumbling around. I'm going to go and try and make a grapple check on them.
Okay. As you get up closer to her, you see that she's on her last breath, and she is basically sliding down the pole and everything.
Oh, okay.
And then as you're staying there, you can hear the dog behind you, which you were known as Taylor, and he goes, free me, get me out of here. Let's get out of here before this gets worse, because there will be more of them coming.
Okay, yeah, then I'll point to Cassie and say, free them. And is the dog still alive, the big bad?
No, you can tell she's on her dying breath, and she is sitting on the floor. Blood is starting to come out of her mouth and everything. And
crap.
Let's help this one escape and split.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna. Are they wearing like a necklace or a signet or anything like that from this sort of religious thing they have?
Actually, there is a small pendant that you've never recognized or seen before, so it could potentially be a recognition of it.
Okay.
So, but then also on her lapel, there is a small symbol there as well.
Okay, I'm going to use my action to basically search for things like that and just snag what I can.
Okay.
And then I'll go back up once I'm done with that towards Cassie, and I can't really do much else this round, but that's what I'm going to focus on.
Your quick action is to reach up, grab the necklace, grab the lapel, and rip them both off of her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, Cassie, you run up to free Taylor.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, you run up there and you pull your dagger out and you slice through the cords real fast. And while they were strong, they weren't unbreakable. So you managed to break them. And y'all can see the zombies are getting out. And as they get out, even though they are cats, they seem to be much larger than the normal cats. Almost like the necromantic magic actually increase their strength and deadliness about them.
Whoa.
Zombie Garfield. Does
So-
anybody have any lasagna we could throw at them to distract them?
So,
And they're very angry because it is
Yeah.
Monday.
yeah. And then as you free Taylor, he grabs you and actually starts running toward the side door that you know that the other two went in through, heads in that direction of the warehouse,
Okay.
and says, follow me. We've got to get out of here before this gets worse, because those cats will kill you.
Okay.
Yeah, we run.
Should go. Yeah.
Okay. So as you're running and everything, you and the two of you that are in the shadows see all three of them running right at you. So y'all all jump down and start following them as they.
Yep.
So.
Am I going to be able to get one more shot off at the Sandy dog? Because
if you want to, yes.
Off in health, right? And I'm kind of up high. Like,
Yes.
how high am I? Like,
You're 20 feet in the air, so you can.
so zombies don't technically climb well, correct?
Correct.
Okay, I'm going to take one more shot off at the dog.
Okay.
I don't know. That's a 14. Can I use one of the fortune points? Because we have lots of those left too.
Yeah.
Yes. Go ahead.
So that's an 18 with my attack roll and a 23.
Okay. That you hit her directly right at the top of the chest.
Ooh, ow.
She's going to take 5 points of damage.
Okay.
5.
And you see at that point there where the body just kind of, almost like the last bit of air comes out of her completely, and she just, the head falls over, lays down on the chest, and she's just kind of sitting there with her head on her chest. And as the 3 of them or 4 of them run past you, you get your arrow off, and then you jump off as well and begin to chase after them. Taylor runs to the door and basically busts the door open with his shoulder and gets y'all out into the alleyway. And says, we've got to go find a place to hide.
Is there like a dumpster or a box or something? I want to just put something in front of the door.
Dumpster cats. Yes.
Yeah, there is boxes that you can quickly shove over between a couple of y'all. Just grab a box and push over, and then it'll block the door from open.
Okay.
Trust box, definitely.
Give us a few extra minutes.
Yeah. So at this point here, y'all managed to get away from the warehouse with Taylor in tow and everything. And y'all get back several alleyways away from the warehouse. And everybody's got their breaths and trying to catch it real fast. And he's like, thank you so much for rescuing me. I did not think I was going to survive the night there.
You're
So-
welcome.
Well, you still may not. Come with us.
He just kind of looks at you curiously and like, well, we're away from there, so that gives me the opportunity to get out of town now and get back to Houndton and warn my family about what's going on here as well.
Fine,
Okay.
but we will be looking for you. I have questions.
As we can run and we can talk, but
Another time, go warn your family.
okay. But he looks at you and says, the consistory is real. They are planning to take over and bring down the monarchy rulership. So warn whoever you can to have them on prepare. That way the monarchies are not affected by this internal problem. And he thanks you, turns, and just runs off.
Nice.
So now, what do y'all do now that he is running off in one direction? Obviously, to get as far away from here as possible. Where do y'all go?
Probably back to Hook, right?
Yes.
Report everything that's been going on.
Mm-hmm. I think
Okay.
that's best, yeah.
Suggest that they send somebody to burn that warehouse.
Okay.
To the ground.
Y'all get back there to the warehouse, to the cat's cradle, and y'all get in there. And the bar, as y'all walk in, she just looks at you and kind of, and yeah. So as you make that nod, she heads to the door, unlocks it, and everything, and lets y'all in. And y'all get back into where Cat Hook is sitting, and he is still sitting there. He's somewhat awake, somewhat asleep. So he kind of rustles like, "Oh, back already, are we? So any good news?"
We're really short on time. We'd explain the situation.
Okay.
Mhm.
So as you sit there and explain the situation, from the shadows, another individual steps out, which has the same markings as the cats that were at the warehouse. And she goes, thank y'all very much for bringing an end to this. Even though they are my families, I do not agree with their beliefs that man was the way they say they were. I do not want to see harm coming to my family, but I will not allow my family to bring harm to the monarchies either. So, Hook, thank you for bringing these 4 into the group to help solve this problem. We will now know who to look for and what we have to watch out for.
Nice.
So,
Woohoo!
but I thank y'all all very much for your sacrifices. I'm sure that this was not easy for you.
No.
And you have helped prevent something happening very seriously here in the monarchies. And we will have to try to find a way to inform Pugmire of the Labrador's involvement in this. So, and with that there, she drops an extra bag of coins right there in front of Hook and says, you have done your job well and you've hired people that can help out very nicely. I'd recommend you keeping them close at hand.
Nice.
So
Did it, guys?
there you go, guys.
Yeah.
Right.
Managed to stop a natural catastrophe.
I was looking
Nice.
grim for a little bit there. I was really concerned about our safety.
Yeah, I think next thing I would immediately do is go go to the local constabulary, the police office, and like Porky Pig there, I couldn't quite get it, and just tell them exactly what I'd seen as well, leaving out Hook clearly.
Oh,
Mhm.
most definitely.
Yeah, but saying that I had discovered a few things going on and investigated it, and then also like deliver. Hey, this gold needs to go to that family. We took it so that it wouldn't get taken. I took it so it wouldn't get taken.
So, and as you begin to explain them, basically the young cat that you talk to shows disinterest, But the second you mention the conservatory, an older cat steps up and pushes him to the side, and he finished taking your statement, and you can tell he's very interested in what's happening. And before as soon as you finish it, he orders an entire contingency of guards to be sent toward that warehouse. And so within 5 minutes, you see a whole contingency of guards that are fully armed to the teeth, heading in that direction to investigate the warehouse you provided them information on. So,
Bring your torches.
And thank you for your service to the monarchies, and basically tells you that this will not go unremembered.
Fantastic. Lawful good wins out.
Yep. All right, guys. Thank y'all all very much. I hope you have enjoyed this. Y'all did manage to break the crime before it got worse. So we will start wrapping this up again. We'll start off with Snickle to let people know who you are, what other projects and stuff that you might be involved in, so that they can follow you on the various channels.
So I'm Chris again, at Snicklesocks, SNICKELSOX. I do a lot of stuff on the internet. Most people know the lasers and liches or the retroverse. Like that's sort of the big thing I'm known for. But I do a lot of other little things. Also, just put in 2 weeks at my job, so I'll be going freelance. So hire me for things. I'd be happy to write stuff for you. Happy to work with you on your game. Happy to do a Kickstarter consultation, like that sort of stuff. I know a lot about a lot of things, and so just hit me up. Right now, doing the lasers and liches, and also doing a bunch of dire Pokemon and stat blocks. You may know me from animated armor full of bees that went viral not too long ago. So that's me. Follow me on Twitter. Hire me.
Kasich, let everybody know about yourself. JT.
Well, I'm JT. I've been around for a few decades playing games. Right now, I'm working with Blick and Stilty Games. We're working on developing our own tabletop RPG. I'm trying to keep it a little bit in secret, working with a couple of other folks on it. This was a handwritten project by me that I realized that it was a little too much, so I'm taking on some help from others, which I truly, truly am blessed to have around.
Yeah.
I write stuff. I do a lot of streaming on games, a lot with Take20_D&D as well too. At least 4 times a year, I arrive there. I'm pretty active. I just try to stay positive and try to be not a troll in people's lives.
Okay. Ben, you want to give us a quick blurb there?
Sure. You know what? I just hang around on Twitter quite a bit. I follow Thread Raiders, to pick up scraps. I make music. I would love it if you keep tabs a little bit on me. If you enjoy music too, at Ben Roman Tweets, and I will let you know when I come out with some new songs, because I got a few in the can, and I think about any week now I'm gonna drop a little EP. So I would love for you to have a listen to that when that happens.
Okay, CA.
All right. So actually, everybody knows about me. I'm Chaotic Anarchy. You can find me on the Discords. We're running out of time because we're going over a little bit. But I will be here, and I'll have a game tonight. So I'll see you then.
Okay. And I'm Psychotic Monk. You can find me on the Thread Raiders, and that's about the only place I'm at other than charity streams. I thank each and every one of y'all for joining us. This is Adventures in the Monarchies of Pugmire, and look it up on Onyx Path. They will be happy to probably sell you a couple copies, either PDF or books. So thank you, guys. Thank you all very much.
Thanks, Paul. That was a great game.
Great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Excellent, Paul. Really well done. Thank you.
Good. Thank you. All right, guys. Y'all have